Believe it or not, it's the final week of the regular season for football.
Really?
It happened fast.
It did one
Seems
really
like
fast.
Seems like it went by really fast.
I'm sad.
You're sad?
Yeah.
I'm excited. We got playoffs coming up.
We
It'll be great.
we do, but it's like...
Jake, let me throw a joke back at you. Would you like some tissue paper?
Nah.
Okay.
No, nothing like that.
How was that a joke?
So last year, I was sad that the basketball season was over, and Jake was like, "You want tissues?"
Can I get you a box of tissues,
a box of
I
tissues.
said.
So what does that have to do with tissue paper? The tissues are not tissue paper.
Right,
Tissues are
tissues. I said a box of
Oh,
tissues.
okay. I got it wrong then.
Good joke, H.
Anyhow, but we do have flag football playoffs.
Yep.
They're well underway in the NCS. We got semifinals and finals this week, and then we start diving into the CCS playoffs that are actually starting up early this week. Welcome to the Cover Cal High podcast. I'm your host, Jake Vanderbrook. Filling in for Aubrey Tolliver is Robert Bronstein, along with Adrian Soriano. But let's start off with our wins of the week. Adrian, start us off.
Sacred Heart Prep flag football on the final day of the regular season last week, beating Menlo for the Valpo Bowl, and Sacred Heart Prep wins a share of the West Bay Foothill League title. What a crazy game this was. I mean, senior night for Menlo, right? So, just tighten up all the pressure, I guess. And Steve Young was there, so great to see him. Shook his hand, but
Get a picture?
I did not get a picture.
You were determined to
unfortunately.
get a picture.
I was determined. But Menlo lost. I don't want to bother the guy, right? He's talking to the team, and I gotta do my interview first. But great game. Sacred Heart Prep scored touchdowns on defense. That's how they won. Defense.
Wow.
With the new rules for flag, it's hard to score.
It's hard.
So if you're
It's
going to
tough.
score a touchdown on defense, that's huge.
But you know what? Ava Allen looked like Tom Brady in the end, right? I mean, she led Menlo down the field, scored a touchdown, did not convert the point after, and that's how.
Wow.
What a crazy
So
game.
they split their two meetings this year.
They split the two meetings.
And what's crazy is that both games ended 13-12.
Exactly. And the away team won. How crazy was that?
And now they are in the playoffs,
They're in the playoffs.
top two seeds.
Yep, Menlo number 1, Sacred Heart Prep number 2, and we'll discuss that later on in the episode.
Yeah, exciting stuff. Robert, what was your win of the week?
My win of the week was Acalanes in Clayton Valley.
Okay.
I was at that game. Took the 2-hour and 20-minute drive from my house to Lafayette in heavy traffic. My GPS took me on a really crazy route, but it got me there. And senior night at Acalanes, very emotional for all the seniors, and it was a great game. Acalanes looked really good. They gave up an early touchdown. Jadis Lucky looked great in the Ugly Eagles' first drive. Boom, boom, boom down the field. He had a 38-yard run as part of that. And then they held him in check the rest of the way. And the Acalanes defense came up big. Tyler Winkles was outstanding, the quarterback. Just runs the offense really well. And he's got some great people around him. This team is very impressive, defensively and offensively.
And did they stack the box defensively to contain Jadis?
They did. And
I should become a head coach.
But they have, they've got three guys in particularly on defense. Deontay Littlejohn, outstanding. He does a lot of edge rushing. He's a sack guy, strong guy, very impressive player. He's a senior. And then Bryce Birdsong, and they both have 7.5 sacks on the year. Bryce looked good. And then Finley Rivera is a great all-around player, great two-way player. Outstanding wide receiver, great defensive player, and he had an outstanding game. He had over 100 yards receiving, as he averages throughout the season. And they had one play that we can show you where Littlejohn and Bryce Birdsong teamed up for a strip sack, and then Rivera recovered the fumble.
Yep.
Huge play in the game when it was still fairly close, and that led to another Acalanes score. So I was very impressed with the Dons. They looked good.
Yeah, right now they are number 4 in the Max Preps rankings for the Open D1 bracket when it comes to playoff time. And as a matter of fact, Acalanes, with that victory, they already clinched at least a share of the league title because they still have one more game left against Las Lomas and Clayton Valley. That was their first league loss, and they don't have any more league games because they have De La Salle coming up this Friday. But you did mention that you had a far drive My drive was a little bit further than that.
That's true. What time did you leave for Santa Rosa?
I left super early. I had to prepare. I mean, you never know with that traffic when you go through the Richmond Bridge, back up to 101. You just never know. But the trip was well worth it. A great battle between Cardinal Newman and Marin Catholic. This was a game that, Cardinal Newman really set the tone defensively, and they are very impressive. They had King Pitts, who played his first game because of the transfer rules. He was a transfer from Hawaii, and this kid is very impressive. 4-star recruit, already has 23 Division I offers, and get this, he's only a sophomore. He is
insane.
Very, very impressive.
What position?
He's a defensive lineman.
The Niners could use him.
The Niners could use him.
I like his name. The King.
King Pitts.
King Pitts.
Be on the lookout for him. And Cardinal Newman offensively, they looked really sharp. They are well known for its rushing attack with Malachi Pathumarak, 115 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns, and then they also have Brody Estrella, who also had 2 rushing touchdowns. But what was big for Newman offensively is that they have their starting QB back in Tino Redamosa. I found out he goes by LT, and man, this kid is tough. Collarbone injury, he's still extending plays with his legs, and he is not afraid to take contact. He's a tough kid, no question about it.
I'm just wondering why Cardinal Newman is where they are in our top 10 poll.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Well, where are they in the top 10 poll?
They're number
5.
5.
Number 5.
They're number 5.
And what's their record?
They're
8-1.
8-1.
8-1. Sarah is
5-3.
Keep in mind the strength of
6-3.
schedule.
Yeah, that's
for-
like Sarah played Bosco.
Sarah played Bosco. Sarah
how'd they-
played Folsom.
Yeah.
Sarah played De La Salle.
yeah.
Very tough
How'd they
teams.
do in those 3 games?
They all ended in L's. Don't get me wrong. But if you look at the strength of schedule compared to Sarah and Cardinal Newman, Sarah
that's true.
definitely
Yeah.
up there for sure.
And Acalanes is
Acalanes is also 8-1.
Yeah.
If I
No, I think they're 9-0.
9-0, excuse
Yeah,
me.
they're 9-0.
Sorry,
They're
9-0.
That's
They
okay.
are unbeaten.
and they're this. I don't think we're supposed to be talking about the polls yet in the rundown, but 9-0, and they're 6th in the poll.
Well, you know what? Come to think of it,
You
that's
think
our
Sarah?
next-
What you think Sarah would beat Acalanes every time?
That's a really, really tough question.
Sarah would beat Acalanes, in my opinion.
That's a really tough. I'm gonna say Acalanes would be. Yeah, and again, right, we're just possibly NorCal, right? You never know. But I mean, we could talk about the polls now.
Let's do it.
All right. Well,
Sorry about that.
that's okay. No, little sneak
Do
peek.
you have
right?
anything else on Marin Catholic Cardinal Newman?
Well, another thing to keep in mind, I will say really quick, is that Marin Catholic, they were banged up with injuries. Geisberger played. He was coming off an ankle injury. He ended up playing, and then he got hurt again, so he
man.
left. And then the quarterback, Dylan Skriner, it's not Skrinar, it's Skriner,
Oh.
found that out. He
completely wrong.
Right. Well, from what it looks like, but it's actually pronounced Skriner. He left the game for an injury. So in that case, for Marin Catholic, it's like, let's just get healthy and focus on the playoffs. So that 45-13 was the final.
Strider is really good.
He is. Yeah, I saw he made a lot of good throws, and the only thing that was tough for him that was just, that pass rush for Newman that is just so impressive. We talk about King Pitts. I mean, that Newman pass rush is very, very impressive, and they're going to be a team to watch out for
Yeah,
in the playoffs.
and even beyond this year, right? The next 5 years, right? They're building something up there in Santa Rosa.
Right, and Frank McManus, who used to coach at Mater Dei football way back, led Mater Dei. I mean, when you think of them, it's always tradition of success. Open titles, state titles, you name it. So with him there, it's huge for Newman.
All right. Well,
Let's go to the polls.
on to the polls, guys. On to the polls. All right. De La Salle number 1, Riordan number 2, Pittsburgh number 3, Serra number 4, Cardinal Newman number 5, Auckland is 6, Los Gatos 7, Liberty 8, McClymonds 9, and I know Marin lost to Cardinal Newman,
That's
but
a good team.
Marin Catholic is still a 10.
Yeah.
And this is the dilemma I kind of face when putting these polls together, at least for football. So Marin lost, right? First of all, I was passing out candy in San Leandro. So but I was still paying attention to what was going on, right?
Why is it important that we know that you were passing out candy in San Leandro?
It's Halloween. It's Halloween. You're trick or treating.
Why aren't you shooting a game?
We had a lot of Thursday games though. I mean,
Yeah, we did.
everyone wanted Halloween off, but
Yeah.
the dilemma was, I think, for number 10 was, well, do I put Santa Teresa in there? I mean, yeah, they're undefeated, but they're not Marin Catholic, right? Who do we put?
Right,
I think that would be a good game. I've shot both
Santa
those teams.
Teresa?
I've shot both those teams. I
No,
do.
I think
I don't think
I
that.
don't
I don't think Santa Teresa's line would hold up with
No.
Marin Catholics.
Their line's pretty good.
It's good.
Yeah.
Don't get me
Would
wrong.
they hold up against Marin Catholic? I don't know.
But it's not MC level.
No.
It's tough when they're so far away. They don't play each other, and they don't play a lot of common opponents.
Yeah, and then I thought about Clayton Valley too, but lost Acalanes.
Right.
Thought about Menlo, right? But again, unfortunately, Menlo had to forfeit. They didn't have enough healthy bodies against Wilcox. So it's like, well, I you kind of think about, okay, who these teams play this year, and in the end, it had to be Marin Catholic, right? It's so hard to put Santa Teresa in there because they're undefeated, but their non-league record or their non-league opponents pale in comparison to who Marin Catholic played non-league this year, right? I think that was a tiebreaker for me. It's tough. It's tough. It's really hard.
We'll talk about Riordan Sarah a little bit later, but that'll have a lot to do
Well,
with
actually, we're
how
going to
your
talk
polls-
about it now.
Okay,
Oh,
good.
let's do it now.
So if Riordan beats Sarah,
If Riordan beats Serra,
where does Sarah go?
well, Serra goes down probably number 5 or number 6, right? Not that crazy of a fall. Keep in mind, Serra played really, really tough non-league opponents the first 3 weeks of the season, right? So, they lost, but a lot of respect for playing those teams.
So if Sarah loses to Riordan, are they still an open division team?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think so. I think they'll be the
Absolutely.
2 seed regardless. Riordan, they are trying to make history on Friday, winning the West Catholic League for the first time since 2000. 25 years.
What were you doing in 2000 age?
2000, I was growing up in the Philippines, man. I think I was like 3 years old.
And what were you doing, Robert, back in 2000?
I was doing high school sports focus on Channel 36
Okay.
What were you doing, Jake?
in my 8th year.
Couldn't even remember. Couldn't even remember.
25 years is not that long ago. Believe me, it goes by fast.
But yeah, a long time ago, 25, quarter of a century.
Yeah.
This is what we're talking about.
They're a great team, and anytime any team can run through the West Catholic League without a loss is a big deal.
Absolutely. And we saw that Serra did that a couple of years ago. And this is Riordan's opportunity. And Michael Mitchell Jr., we talk about him, possible player of the year candidate, 2,600 passing yards, 36 touchdown passes. Kid is explosive, but it helps when he has a great line that protects him. And it also helps that he has a bunch of talented wide
Oh my
receivers.
God, I mean-
Absolutely.
Pick your poison. Pick your poison. Kyle Welsh, Perion Williams, who played at St. Francis last year, Sinai Thomas,
Kyle Welch played at the Kings Academy.
at the Kings Academy, Judge Nash, right, and the Adonai Brown at running back. I mean, pick your poison. Who are you gonna stop in this on this team, right? But listen, Serra, Patrick Walsh, he knows how to win the big game. He knows how to win. He knows what it takes to win a league championship.
Absolutely. And Serra is well known for its rushing attack. Isaiah Singleton, Gio Henley, whoever they have in the backfield, they're going to make things work. And I think this is going to be one of those games where Serra's going to have a good game plan defensively to contain Michael Mitchell to the point where they're going to have to run the ball more if they want to beat this Serra team. I really think that's what it could come down to. But I can also see now for Serra offensively, if they want to beat this Riordan team, they have to take control of time of possession.
Hand it to Chewbacca Walsh.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Charlie, give it to Charlie.
Charlie
Give it
Walsh.
to Chase Cannon, their tight end. Again,
Yep.
listen, they need to score points. It's the only way you're gonna beat this Riordan team. I mean,
Let me take that in. You need to score
You gotta
points.
score
That's very
because,
important
you know,
in a football
the thing
game.
is-
Very important in a football game to score points.
Well, the thing
If you don't
is-
score
is-
any points, your chances of winning go way down.
Well, the thing is, you know, we've always kind of questioned Riordan's defense this year. I mean, listen, they've looked good for the past couple weeks, but also, you know, they played like Bellarmine and Sacred Heart Cathedral. I mean,
They played Midi
they
last
played
week.
Midi last weekend, just really, you know, took it to Midi. But, you know, we've questioned this defense. I think it's going to come down to Riordan's defense this week. I think so.
I think time of possession is going to be a big factor. I really do. Because Serra is well known for utilizing their rushing attack. And if they got to throw the ball, they will with Bandel or whoever's under center for quarterback. No problem. But I think do whatever you can to keep Mitchell on the sidelines.
Absolutely.
15, 17 play drives.
Yup.
Yeah.
Beat up the clock.
Yup.
And you know, it's a Friday night game.
Under the lights.
Under the lights, and it's Sarah's senior night too. Oh my God! I think I'm gonna make a prediction right now.
Uh-oh.
No. Well, I think Riordan finally makes history. They will win the West Catholic League Friday night against Serra, 31-14.
You don't even think it's a one possession game?
I don't think so. I think Riordan is gonna make a statement at Serra, right? Just all the talk for the past couple years, you know, can they do this? Can they do that? You know, I think enough is enough. They're gonna make a statement at Serra Friday night, 31-14 Riordan. That's your final. I don't think Serra's defense has enough to stop Riordan's offense.
My prediction is Patrick Walsh plays that clip in the locker room at practice tomorrow.
Oh, hey, all right.
And that'll fire him up.
Little motivation, guys.
I mean, we had to see this coming. Ever since the schedules came out that this was going to be the battle for the WCAL title.
they're in a collision course.
Right.
Start the year.
It's
This
like
is it.
It's like the WCAL, they scripted this.
Yeah.
Let's put this game at the final week of the regular season, under the lights, at Serra. La, 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 la.
Thank goodness it's not Saturday.
It's not Saturday, yeah.
It's good to have it as a nice Friday night.
Yeah,
Lights game.
it's exciting.
Yeah, it'll be
Exciting
I will
stuff.
be
It'll
there.
be fun.
I will be there.
You're not going to be handing out candy?
I will not be handing out candy, but I will be handing out a pillow and a sleep mask to the MVP. Once again, thank you to Mancini Sleep World for providing those for our MVPs of the game.
Easy.
Rest easy.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay. That's a 7 o'clock kickoff Friday night in San Mateo. And we have tomfoolery in the East Bay League
Yep.
when we talk about the Mountain Division. So Monte Vista, SRV, Cal, Amador Valley. So keep in mind, I'm not mentioning De La Salle because the games that they played against De La Salle do not factor in as a league game.
No.
It counts, but it doesn't count.
It doesn't count. No.
Yeah, so they're all 1-1
Yes. And we
on the
are
last week of the season.
the
It's
last
not even
week,
really a league schedule when you only play 3 games.
Well, tell that to Mount Diablo, Concord, Berean Christian, Ignacio Valley, same thing. But we are guaranteed a share of a league title.
Yep. By virtue of Monte Vista losing to Amador Valley last week. So it sets up everything this week.
Yep.
Monte Vista SRV for a share
Battle of
of the
Danville.
league title. Battle of Danville, rivalry game.
That's
Wow.
exciting.
Wow.
That's exciting. But what helps for Cal is that they're hosting Amador Valley.
Yep.
What helps. And not only that this is chaos in the Mountain Division, these 2 games could factor into the rankings for the NCS playoffs for
Yep.
the Open D1 bracket. Because if you look at it, so obviously this is what we have right now. So De La Salle, Pitt, Newman, Acalanes, Liberty, that's your top 5. Marin Catholic, Cal is at 7. And then San Marin right now is at 8. But right behind San Marin, SRV, Monte Vista, and then you got Campo, Windsor, St. Vincent de Paul, Clayton Valley, American Canyon. So those teams are down below. So if like Amador Valley, if they go to San Ramon and beat Cal, that's going to cause major shakeup.
Absolutely.
And,
right?
the last time these two teams played together, Nikon was at this game last year. It was offensive fireworks, and it went to overtime.
Man, and you know what? I know Camp was like kind of in the top 10, but they still have a shot at making it to the Open D1 bracket if things break their way, right?
It's possible. They would need a lot to happen.
It would need a lot to happen, but it's still possible. Still possible.
I think a lot of because keep in mind, San Marin's at 8, Cal at 7. So, like, if Cal loses and whoever wins the SRV Monte Vista game, they would likely fill in that spot over Campolindo.
Yeah.
But if Monte Vista wins that game over SRV, they could factor that in and look at, well, I mean, if you look at head-to-head, Campo did beat Monte Vista earlier this season.
Yeah, there you
so
go.
a lot of it is depending on the strength of schedule,
It's chaos.
how they're doing in league. They also look at the higher ratings. So right now, Newman and Pitt are tied with 8-1 records, if I recall correctly. And Pitt is higher than Cardinal Newman is because they have a higher rating than Newman.
Yeah, strength of schedule.
Well, that's like another category, believe it or not.
Really?
So there's higher rating and then strength of schedule.
Robert,
It's
what do you think?
tomfoolery.
I try not to prognosticate on these things. I try to wait till the brackets come out
That's
and,
a
then,
good-
and
yeah.
then schedule the shoots based on the brackets. Because you can speculate till the cows come home, as they
Yeah.
say, and not be right about any of this. So we'll see when the brackets come out.
All that jibber jabber that I just said, it could be nothing at the end
could
of the
be
day.
It could be nothing.
It could be nothing.
It's usually Adrian that says
yeah.
stuff that ends up meaning no. I'm kidding.
No, it's all good. But you know what? Hey, listen, this last week of the season, I mean, there's game like Cal Amador Valley. We're not even covering that game, right? The Valpo Bowl, Menlo Secreto Prep, we're not covering that game.
Really?
No, well, Granada Livermore, that's for a league title.
Yeah.
And that's a rivalry game, right? You know,
Livermore's in the driver's seat of that. They host Granada Friday night.
and we also have the Bruce Mahoney game this week with
Which we are
St. Ignatius
shooting.
and Sacred Heart Cathedral. You know, a lot of good games.
So
this
that
year.
game's more important than the Sacred Heart than the Valpo Bowl?
I don't think Sacred Heart Prep is as good this year. I mean, Menlo. We'll take a look again. We'll take a look, but again, just a lot of good games, right?
That Cal Amador game's going to be a good game.
Cal Amador Valley
I
is
like
a good
that game.
game. Half Moon Bay Terra Nova, the Skull game on Thursday night.
We're shooting that.
We're shooting that game.
I forgot about that.
Right?
That's
We also have
And the pumpkins are there.
Yeah.
It's just after Halloween. You can stop by and get a pumpkin.
and we also like Berlin game and San Mateo Saturday morning.
Okay.
That's a rivalry game. I mean, lots of great games
Yeah.
this week, and
We're shooting them all.
I wish, you know what, if I can clone myself 50 times, we'd shoot all the games. But you know,
I don't think the world would be a better place if that happened. If we cloned Adrian 50 times. I have a problem with that.
Can we make our way over to the flag football poll?
yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let's go. All right.
Las Lomas.
Las Lomas is still number one. Still number
They're
one.
unbeaten.
The undefeated.
Good. And they've beaten some good teams.
They did. We're going to talk a little bit more about them when we
Just
talk about
the-
this NCSD one bracket, but go on.
Las Lomas number one. Sacred Heart Prep number two. Menlo number three. California number four. Menlo Atherton 5. Clay Valley 6. Carlmont 7. Granada 8. Los Gatos 9. And San Ramon Valley back at number 10.
I am just amazed. If you told me that we would have 3 teams from Atherton be in our top 5
5.
rankings before the start of the season, I would laugh at your face.
Well, I mean, we didn't expect me personally. I didn't expect Sacred Heart Prep. I did not expect Menlo Atherton. We did expect Menlo, right? I mean, Menlo hasn't lost for like what 3 years.
I can tell you, it
6
costs a
years?
lot less to go to Menlo Atherton than it does to go to Sacred Heart Prep or Menlo. A lot less.
Yeah,
Right.
that's true,
But those 3 programs are having outstanding
Yes.
seasons. What are some of your bubble teams before we get to the NCS brackets?
Aclanes, right? Presentation.
What about Cardinal Newman? They're unbeaten.
Cardinal Newman is in there. Cardinal Newman's in there.
Leland?
Leland did not make the playoffs, I think. I'm sorry.
They're not even in the
They're
playoffs?
not in the CCS playoffs. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. We have the brackets here, guys. We have the brackets right
That's
here.
my alma mater. That's why.
D3.
And they had a good year.
No, D2. Oh, I was
Thank
wrong.
you.
I was wrong.
They
I
are
was,
the fifth seed
sorry, guys.
in
I
D2.
apologize. I
Disrespect
apologize.
for the Chargers.
I'm very sorry. Please forgive me.
Let's go to D1. So Las Lomas, they are unbeaten. You can take my Robert.
Oh, good. D1 NCS. You can. Jake has a memory like crazy.
I know.
So he just
So-
remembers all this stuff.
Las Lomas undefeated.
Yeah.
They are having a spectacular season. They did face a little bit of trouble in the second round
Yeah.
against Castro Valley.
That's
They
right,
were
won
well
6-0.
tested. 6-0 was the final.
Yeah.
So now they're going to get a taste of the East Bay League.
Yeah, they're gonna play East Bay League teams from here on out. no
And
matter what.
Granada's coming off offensive fireworks against Heritage.
Yeah.
Our friend Jared Muela, the head coach at Granada, and they're good.
Yeah.
And they played in a tough league.
I mean, when you think of Las Lomas, I mean, obviously Maggie Kruger is an outstanding
Yes.
quarterback. She's an outstanding DB. She has weapons like crazy, and they gotta get going because this Granada team, they're also explosive with Katie Val
Yeah.
under center.
Yeah.
So,
This is an interesting matchup.
3 of the 4 teams in the semifinals are East
Bay League
East Bay
teams.
League teams.
yep. And when you look at the other side of that bracket, it's California. They're going to be going up against SRV. SRV making a statement, especially in the second round, taking down Liberty.
8-2.
What are these
8-2.
low-score games?
It's that rushing rule.
Man.
It's hard to score.
This is a defensive.
They need to move the rushers back.
How many yards?
I'd say let's cut it in the middle. It was 8 yards last year,
How about 4 yards?
1 yard this year. So how about 4 yards?
4 yards.
3-4 yards. I can.
That would be good.
3-4 yards.
You got to be able to throw the ball deep, and there's just no
Yeah.
time to do that right now. So
This is
hopefully
an
next year
interesting-
they'll do that.
I mean, well, Granada made it work if they were able to put up 30-plus points on offense to take down Heritage.
Yeah, Las
Yeah.
Lomas 32 against Berkeley.
And Clay Valley 27 points in the first round against Logan. Right, man. I'll tell you right now, winner of this game, I believe Las Lomas or Granada will win the NCS championship, and that will be our EuroClinic Girls Game of the Week. Mr. Jake will be there.
California will win the NCS
Wow, California
flag football
Ooh.
NCS
I guarantee
Division
you
I
this.
title.
An East Bay League team will make it to the final. That's all you're getting
We'll
from
make
me.
it to the final. Well, I think you're guaranteed a correct prediction there.
That's a great prediction. But
That's Jake's lock of the week.
That's my lock of the week. That's right.
do we play the lock and
Yeah, we'll get a sound effect for that.
Right. Okay, but we go
D1.
to D2, and Cardinal Newman, D1, they're undefeated. They're going to be going up against Arroyo.
Arroyo is a good team.
Yep.
Good team from
Very scrappy
yeah.
team. They're good. They're good. This is going to be a test for Cardinal Newman.
Yeah, I haven't really seen Cardinal Newman's flag football team this year. I mean, just record-wise.
Does that say 40-7
for what
over
Against
Novato Cardinal?
See, the thing I don't really know too much about Novato either, right? I mean, we know Aclanes because we've covered him a couple times.
Right. And they're going to be
No,
going up against St. Mary's out
Who's
of
also
Berkeley.
having a good season, right? But who have they played? So I'm gonna go Cardinal Newman. Cardinal Newman will win. I think they will complete their undefeated season.
That's going to be
But again,
interesting.
it's hard because a lot of these Campo we've covered, Aclanes we've covered, Alhambra we know all about Alhambra. It's really hard, right? When teams in this bracket, we haven't really seen, so it's tough.
I get it. I
It's
get it.
tough.
Yeah, I mean, I said that I could see Cardinal Newman and Acalanes making a run to the final.
Well, there you go. Aclanes.
It's likely to happen. It is likely to happen. But I'm never counting out Arroyo. Arroyo's a solid team. They play very well defensively. They're very scrappy. And I think they're going to give Newman a little bit of trouble. They're going to test Newman a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think Newman has that team that can find ways to win. I mean, that's what their team is all about to begin with. They are explosive offensively. I think this is one of those games from a mental standpoint where they're just going to have to dig deep in the playbook and figure out a way to win this one.
Yeah.
So it's possible, but I wouldn't be surprised if Arroyo pulled off the upset in the semifinals. So I'll just say that. So now we make our way over to CCS.
This is gonna
first
be
year,
fun.
right?
First year of CCS.
Finally. Yep.
We have 4 divisions, and each division has 8 teams. And let me tell you, the open division, very entertaining. We have a lot of high prolific teams. Starting off with Menlo being the 1 seed.
Not surprised. Not surprised.
Even though SHP beat Menlo.
But Menlo beat Sacred Heart Prep on the road too, right? So, it's not surprised. I mean, Menlo, Sacred Heart Prep, they're number 1 and number 2 seeds, respectfully. Not surprised.
And then you got, so they're going to be going up against Los Altos. St. Francis SCP will be hosting MA.
Yep, and that is, St. Francis of Watsonville.
These 2 teams have already played each other earlier this season. Milpitas is going to make the trip over to Atherton, the Battle of Sacred Heart Prep. Milpitas won that meeting.
Yep, that's right, 20-19 early this season. But let me just say this, Sacred Heart Prep, Menlo in the championship.
You're not even good.
Sacred Heart Prep is playing really, really well as of late. And Menlo, listen, man, it took everything for Sacred Heart Prep to beat Menlo last week. Everything. Menlo was still a point after away from tying.
I mean, it's a rivalry.
It is a rivalry game.
You talk about that, and I know for a fact that I'm sure both teams were digging deep in the playbooks trying to figure out ways to win. I mean, that was the case when they saw each other in the first game, meeting. So, yeah, I mean, it's very possible. But you can never sleep on LG and Carlmont. That's the battle of 6-3. Those are 2 teams that can make a run and do something.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
it's a good bracket.
Yeah, it's a great bracket.
The thing about some of these teams that are playing very well right now is that they picked up on the sport early, and they've been playing it now for several years, where other teams are just starting off.
Yeah.
So they have a big advantage over some of those other teams. So a school like Carlmont can come out, play a couple of years, get some players, and do really well. And they've had a great season.
Menlo was one of the first teams.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So, Menlo, Sacred Heart Prep in the final. That's my pick.
Okay, D1. Branham. We know Branham's a solid team. They have been solid all year long. 14-9 record. They have the 1 seed in D1. They're going to be going up against Palo Alto at the 8 seed. 5-4, Salinas hosting Alisal. And then 7-2, Santa Teresa, 13-3. They did very well this season in the regular season. They're going to be going up against a tough Peninsula team of Aragon, and Aragon has made a little bit of noise.
Beat Carlmont, I think.
They did beat Carlmont towards the end of the regular season, so that's a very interesting game for Santa Teresa and Aragon, and then Santa Clara will be taking on St. Francis.
That's a very interesting matchup. Very interesting matchup. But I'll tell you right now, Branham is happy that I will not be covering their playoff run this year because every time I've covered them this year, they lost. So I'm pretty sure they're happy that we love you guys.
And St. Francis is one of those teams that started later with their program. Like Midi is going to have a team, a girls flag team next year.
Oh, are they really?
It's coming along, yeah.
Oh, all right.
Okay, D2. Notre Dame San Jose will be the 1 seed, and Notre Dame San Jose, they are a very talented team. That's another team that ended up being Carlmont.
Yep.
They
early
came
in the season.
second place in league behind Presentation out of that Skyline division. Presentation went on to win a league title. They're going to be hosting Pajaro Valley, if I'm pronouncing that.
Valley.
Pajaro.
Man, that sucks for Notre Dame San Jose, man. You're the number 1 seed, and you got to travel all the way down to Watsonville.
What's up with that?
Valley.
That's right.
Yeah, because I don't think Notre Dame San Jose, they play in 1 or 2 makeshift football fields. I think they play in like a public park.
Yeah, so they probably have rules for a number of fans in the stands, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
but they have to travel.
That's terrible.
It's such a shame, but
they had a tough one against Presentation last week.
It was a good game though.
Really tight game.
Really good game.
And it was a big deal for Prez.
Your Leland Chargers are going to be at Burlingame.
That'll be a good game. I think we should shoot that. When is that?
That's tonight.
So
Well,
that-
by the
oh,
time
well.
the podcast comes in.
Yeah, that's Monday night.
And
Yeah,
then,
Monday night,
and then
yeah.
7-seed Hillsdale, they're going to be going up against San Mateo. And then Andrew Hill. Andrew Hill's made a bit of noise. They faced some very tough teams, and they've kept it competitive.
See, Andrew Hill is a team that was had a really great season last year with the old rushing rules, and their quarterback has a huge arm, and she can throw it 40 yards downfield. But now they don't have time to do that, so that took away a
tough.
lot of their game, and they did not have as good of a year, despite having very similar talent.
They're going to be facing Aptos.
You got to go all the way down to Santa Cruz, huh?
Yep.
This Notre Dame San Jose D2. Notre Dame San Jose.
Even though they got to travel, you still like Notre Dame San
I think
Jose.
that will motivate them. That will motivate them.
Okay.
And then D1 real quick. Aragon. That's my
Ooh.
pick. Aragon, number 2.
Okay.
Is Pajaro Valley further than Santa Rosa? Are they driving further than you did last
actually-
week?
Oh, no.
I don't think so.
Hey, but
I
you know,
think your drive was further
Well,
than
I think
theirs.
they get out of school like probably at noon.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, you
a
gotta-
long drive to Pajaro, man. That's a long drive.
Probably earlier than that. Probably 11.
Maybe 11.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go the night before, rent a hotel.
yeah, they can do that too. Yeah, but yeah, interesting.
We make our way over the D3 presentation, the league champs, the West
Yeah.
Bay Skyline, I believe.
Yes, West Bay Skyline.
They're going to be hosting Scotts Valley. Presentation is very, very impressive. We interviewed them at the
Rikes
Rikes
Center,
Center,
yep.
for a team interview, and oh my gosh, that's a unit that they have. I mean, a special group. Bianca Covarrubias, the quarterback under center, gunslinger. 43 touchdown passes in the regular season. A fantastic quarterback. Meredith Matsumoto, who is related to Dwight Clark, outstanding
That is
DB.
insane.
Alexa Vincent, talented receiver, and the list goes on. And Ella Claverin, who caught two big touchdowns to seal it for those
Presentation.
Panthers over Notre Dame San Jose last week.
Exciting game.
They're a very good team.
And they've got like 30 players. They
Yeah.
have huge numbers.
Huge number of players. So, making our way over, Castellea, they're going to be making the trip over to Palma. SoCal Carmel 7-2 battle, and then King City will be making the
That's
trip
the furthest
over.
team out of like the Central Coast section. King City. This is an unknown bracket.
Yeah,
Half of these teams are from the Santa Cruz area, right?
they'll be taking on Priory.
Presentation.
Just because
That's
of
my
the
pick.
1 seed, or what?
No, I mean it's just they've beaten Castellea. Presentation did, and I believe they've beaten Priory this year, right? Maybe Carmel is their biggest test when they go to the final, but presentation. That's my pick.
Okay. All
There you
right.
go.
Very
Let's see how accurate I'm gonna be with these brackets.
It
I
says,
mean,
it says here on the rundown, brief mention of the brackets.
That's our brief mention.
Okay. I'd hate to see a lengthy.
Okay.
Guys, this is week 11, football playoffs next week. I can't wait. I can't
Exciting
wait.
stuff. Exciting
And
stuff.
volleyball playoffs.
And be prepared for
Yeah.
upsets in flag football. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Oh, I think so. It's gonna happen. It's
Okay.
gonna happen.
All right, this is where I do my thing, Robert.
Have you hit it yet?
Yeah, he had
Couple
last
times.
week.
Couple times.
Yeah,
huh?
last week.
A couple times. That's all the time we have. And it's safe to say,
Oh, here we go.
I
Oh no!
missed.
Here
Are you,
wanna-
are you
Oh.
left-handed?
I'm left-handed.
Oh, I did not
You
know.
didn't know that?
I don't think I did.
Safe to say, you've
Wow.
been covered.
All right. See you guys next week.
Goodbye.